In a rare move for Tesla, the 2018 lawsuit against Tesla for the fatal accident involving the 38-year-old Model X owner who was killed on the freeway in Mountain View, California, has reached a settlement.
Yeah, Tesla rarely settles, especially in cases like this, where Tesla argued that Walter Huang, a software engineer at Apple, was using his Model X autopilot inappropriately.
Huang had posted on his social media that he sometimes played games on his phone while in autopilot.
Yeah, even the NTSB accident investigation found that Huang was probably distracted and playing a game on his phone prior to the accident.
Tesla argued that Huang caused the crash with his, quote, highly extraordinary misuse of his vehicle and its autopilot features, pointing to the fact that he had been playing Total War Three Kingdoms in rush hour traffic.
According to court filings, Huang's hands were detected to be off the steering wheel 34% of the time in the 19 minutes leading up to the accident, including the final 6 seconds.
Now, in the lawsuit, Huang's family claimed that the vehicle failed to live up to Tesla's claims, as Huang had believed it, quote, was safer than a human-operated vehicle.
And I'm guessing that Tesla didn't want to take any chances, since the family was arguing that autopilot hadn't been trained to detect highway barriers where two highways merge.
So Tesla settled for an undisclosed amount. It's just that, wait a minute, hang on. Huang was a software engineer who worked for Apple, had enough money to buy a Model X, so he must have known better than most people about the limitations of software and hardware. Now, because he chose to ignore the safety warnings and use the system inappropriately, we're supposed to blame Tesla instead? So what if a driver driving a Tesla on autopilot had been texting or playing a game, and that Tesla had hit him and sent him to the hospital? Would he be blaming Tesla for that as well? Also, as we pointed out at the time when we reported on this story back then, the safety barrier was missing at the time of the accident. This is this barrier here that should have been there, but the state of California, well, months ago it had been destroyed and they hadn't fixed it yet. So shouldn't they also be partially to blame?
So I think the biggest question here is, why did Tesla settle? Why didn't they just continue with this court case that it seems like they would have won, or at least I think that basically Tesla kind of doesn't want more of this in the news, especially for such an old case.
I think it might be because they read the jury and they thought maybe that they were buying their case.
I don't know.
It's so easy to blame a car. You know what I mean? It's like, instead of just owning up to the fact, the guy,
right.
You know.
But I think that it's also really confusing for people who don't know about, like, I know, full self-driving version 12.3. I am a nerd. I know all this stuff, so I can talk about it competently. I think that most people, when they talk about, it's got autopilot, they don't know what it means, right? So when they think that somebody died in autopilot, they're going to attribute that to full self-driving. And it's like, and they're going to think that it just happened because they just heard about it in the news. The news brings them things that have just happened. So it's a very confusing case for Luddites, people who don't know what's going on.
That's a really good point. This is 6 years ago, and the technology has changed dramatically since then. So, hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Tuesdays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below and head over to the Now You Know channel.